Let me show you Donald Trump's unhinged Father's Day message that all the MAGA people are promoting.
Interestingly, Melania Trump did not extend any Father's Day wishes to Donald Trump. We will contrast this with President Biden's Father's Day message. Additionally, I want to show you a video we produced at Midas Touch for Donald Trump, reminding him that he has always been a disappointment to Fred. Just look at these utterly delusional and unhinged posts he is sharing. And by the way, you will notice that his supporters are actively promoting them. Can you believe it? As Laura Loomer states, Trump has a Father's Day message for everyone. Hooray! Here is what he says. Happy Father's Day to all, including the radical left degenerates who are rapidly transforming the United States of America into a third world nation with their numerous attempts to manipulate our revered court system into succumbing to their very sick and dangerous will. We need strength and loyalty to our country and its wonderful Constitution. Everything will be fully revealed on November 5th, 2024, the most crucial day in our nation's history. Make America great again. It's always about him, me, and just the attacks and the unhinged madness. How about simply saying Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there? That is what a normal person would post. Then Donald Trump posts everything in capital letters. By the way, if immunity is not afforded to a president, every departing president will be immediately indicted by the opposing party. Pause there. This has never happened before because our former presidents did not incite insurrections. They did not make hush money payments to adult film stars. They did not steal nuclear codes and then claim them as their personal property. What is unprecedented about all of this is your criminality, your behavior. Then Donald Trump goes on to say that without presidential immunity, the presidency will lose its power and prestige, and some leaders will have no power at all. He argues that the presidency will be consumed by the other branches of government. That is not what our founders intended. Without presidential immunity, it would be impossible for a president to properly function, putting the United States of America in great and everlasting danger. Despite the fact that this is almost incomprehensible and entirely false, it is worth mentioning that the executive branch is a co-equal branch of government. The founding of our government and the writing of our Constitution were literally a rejection of the absolute immunity that kings, monarchs, and authoritarians had. The very foundation of our Constitution is that nobody, not even the president, is above the law and can commit crimes. And the fact that Donald Trump is asserting that he can order. Think about this. Donald Trump claims he can order SEAL Team 6 to eliminate his political opponents and that he cannot be prosecuted for it because doing so would harm the presidency. That is his argument. That is what his lawyers presented to the Court of Appeals and the United States Supreme Court. Think about that. Then he writes about sloppy J.B. Pritzker, the rotund governor from the once great state of Illinois, who makes Chris Christie look like a male model. He claims Pritzker's family wanted him out of the business because he was so ineffective at helping them run it. According to Trump, Pritzker has overseen the destruction and disintegration of Illinois at levels never seen before in any state. This is absolutely false. Let's be very clear. False. J.B. Pritzker is a very popular governor. And of course, Trump's projection is strong here. Donald Trump is really talking about himself. Donald Trump was Fred's failure. We made a video for Donald Trump. Maybe Melania didn't make any posts about him. Maybe Melania does not care about him. But the Midas Touch Network made a video for him, Donald. It is called Fred's Failure. They had previously released this a few years back, but we did a re-release of it right here. So here is the video for you.
What is the secret of your success?
The president was given or inherited a large portion of his father's real estate fortune, worth at least $413 million today.
9 out of 10 people don't like what they do. They go from job to job, ultimately becoming nothing.
You'll absolutely love Trump Steaks.
The 3 Atlantic City casinos filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection.
2 years after it opened, the company was history.
It never made a profit.
Trump University was fraudulent.
His family's charity accused of misusing funds.
Shakespeare said, never follow an empty wagon up here, never follow an empty wagon, because nothing ever falls off.
And by the way, if you're wondering why Donald Trump is attacking J.B. Pritzker, let's talk about Trump calling Pritzker rotund. It's as if Donald Trump, known for attacking people's appearances, is acting like a petulant third-grade bully. And by the way, Donald, have you looked in the mirror? In your strange cult, everyone is required to praise you and create images of you that don't reflect reality. But remember when you had your mugshot taken and claimed to weigh around 200 pounds? Yeah, you don't. Here, by the way, is what Governor Pritzker said about Donald Trump. That is what triggered Trump's response.
Donald Trump is a convicted felon, an adjudicated rapist, and a congenital liar. He's a racist, sexist, misogynistic narcissist who wants to use the levers of power to enrich himself and punish anyone who dares speak a word against him. He has stolen state secrets, compromised our national security, betrayed our Constitution, and sacrificed the truth to further his own naked ambition. When Trump comes to Milwaukee for the Republican convention, he'll cast blame on others for his own misdeeds. He'll claim credit for things that he never touched. He'll lie and he'll ramble.
Then, of course, the day before Father's Day, Donald Trump executed another one of his schemes. So Donald Trump went to a so-called black church that is embroiled in litigation. According to reporters who were there were actually about 8 black people from Detroit present. The congregants were not from the church itself. It was literally a staged event with mostly white attendees. Donald Trump had a few black supporters on stage with him, but he essentially rented the church and filled it with white people. They tried to deceive us and the American public, making it seem like he was genuinely engaging with a black church. Just look at all the support he claims to have. Here is what President Biden is posting. Some of us have jobs to do, Donald. President Biden also took out a full-page ad in Milwaukee's highest circulation newspaper expressing his love for the city. In contrast, Donald Trump has stated that he hates Milwaukee and called it a terrible city. Let's be very clear about where each of us stands on Milwaukee, a beautiful place that Donald Trump despises. By the way, Donald Trump seems to hate every city in America, constantly saying how horrible they are. President Biden's post was very normal. Happy Father's Day to all the dads, pops, and father figures who have shown us guidance, encouragement, and unconditional love. President Biden also posted this. No, Donald, we do not have to get over school shootings. We have to stop them.
After a school shooting in Iowa that killed a student and a teacher, my predecessor was asked about it. You remember what he said? He said, have to get over it. Hell no, we don't have to get over it. We gotta stop it. We gotta stop it and stop it now.
President Biden also posted that we will never abandon the sacred cause of democracy. He highlighted that unemployment has been at or below 4% for 30 months, the longest stretch in 50 years. He reminded us that 12 years ago today, President Obama and he announced the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, DACA, allowing young people to live and work in the only country they have known. President Biden reaffirmed his commitment to providing dreamers the support they need to succeed. Additionally, it seems this is not receiving enough attention yet, but it will in time. We should all focus on the fact that President Biden has already spent millions more on political ads than Donald Trump. If you examine the chart of ad spending by airing date, including future ads by candidates and affiliated political action committees since April 1st, you will see the strategic moves of President Biden's campaign. They have essentially bought every advertising spot in October leading up to the election. Now, consider this in contrast to Donald Trump and his campaign stunts, where they frequently lie about their fundraising. They claim to have raised $50 million or $100 million, and the media just reports these numbers without verifying them. However, these numbers do not show up on the FEC reports, as Donald Trump often lies about his fundraising totals. That's exactly his modus operandi. The Trump Organization is a criminal entity. Donald Trump was found liable for civil fraud and convicted of falsifying business records. Yet the corporate media seems to accept his claims of raising $50 million to $100 million without verification, publishing headlines that he wants. How absurd is that? If Trump indeed raised such funds, why does he lack air conditioning at his events? Why do his microphone and teleprompter keep malfunctioning? Why does he avoid indoor events and instead hold them outside in 100-plus degree heat in Vegas to avoid paying for venues? If he had all this money, why is he not buying ad spots for October Now and showing some strategic planning? This is a significant advantage for Biden, demonstrating that he is genuinely raising the funds he claims. Finally, let me show you this clip of Donald Trump. As one account aptly describes, it's difficult to ignore his deranged ramblings. But he looks so orange that he resembles a deteriorating Oompa Loompa.
But when it comes to choosing a vice president, sir, how important is executive experience, whether it's in business like yourself or in government?
Well, I think it's very important. It's something that comes natural to some and it comes very unnaturally to others, but executive experience is important. But a president is sort of covers all aspects. It's politics, it's executive and knowing what to do and knowing the feel of a nation and the touch and all these different qualities. You need everything. And you know, Tim is a very good man, and we have a lot of good people that we're looking at and we'll be announcing probably during the convention. But the most important thing, and I've said this quite a bit, and I guess a lot of people would say it, is if something should happen, something bad, I guess, it would have to be. But if something should happen, we have to have somebody that can step right in and do a great job as president. That's the most. Secondly, if they can help get you elected, that's good. But typically that never happens. It's up to the president or the one running for president. If you look back in history, you'll see virtually no vice president that made that much of a difference in terms of the election. The most important thing you can do is get somebody that will be a great president just in case it should be needed.
There you have it, folks. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Thank you for your support. Have a wonderful day. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it.